Hey everybody, how you doing? Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And you know what? Every day though is Thanksgiving for me, and it truly is, okay? Once you learn that we are so blessed on this planet, and you know what? You'll never know that you're so blessed on this planet until all your beliefs are blessings, okay? Anybody today that isn't thankful for everything that's going on, and understand, I know that there's things that are going on that you don't like, and there's things going on that you do like, but guess what? Focus on only what you don't like. Be selfish enough to know what your needs are, to stay happy and to be happy for the rest of your life. That's really what it's about, right? That's why every day is Thanksgiving for me, because guess what? I give thanks to God, and I will never stop giving. I will give whatever I have, the information I have, I will support whoever I can around the world. Understand something. You know what? It's us against them. Whether you believe this or not, okay? Corporations and all the systems out there, they are not giving thanks to you. They will give thanks to you only because they want more of your money. And I mean that in the best way. Understand something. You must bring it home. You must learn about self-love, self-care, because that is the only health care, and that's the only love that's true and is going to make you the person you've always wanted to be. So today, my one a day is love and hate is a 4-letter word. Now understand something. So why do you come to this planet? Do you know why you come to this planet? I will tell you why you come. You come to experience emotions, but here's the deal. We come to experience emotions, but it's not good enough just to experience them. You have to learn how to master them. So if you're not going to master your emotions, and if you're not going to erase and create new beliefs for yourself, then you're going to be running hate programs. That's right. You're going to run hate programs on yourself, and you're going to run hate programs on everyone else. Okay? Are you the master of your mind, or does your mind master you? Look at it. It is said that we only experience joy 2% of the day. Now think about that. 2% of the day we experience joy. That means 98% of the joy, 98% of the day we experience misery. Okay, now you're going to tell me you're not miserable. I'm not miserable, and I'm going to ask you if you love yourself, and you're going to tell me, yeah, I love myself. But do you know what truly loving yourself is? Truly loving yourself is respecting yourself, protecting yourself, honoring yourself, and not making anybody else responsible for loving you. Do you understand? Yes, I have a partner. Yes, I have children. Yes, I have friends. Yes, I have relatives. But I do not make any of them responsible for loving me. And when you do, trust me, you will not be thankful. And that's when love goes to hate. Do you understand that there are only 2 primary emotions on this planet? And then there's hundreds and thousands of other emotions that go under them. There's love and there's just hate. Now, with love, you've got joy, okay? You've got kindness, you've got sincerity, okay? You've got peace. All right, with hate, what do you have? Anger, fear, doubt, worry, sadness, depression, all of those. And guess what? Every one of these beliefs, you're able to change in an instant. But nobody told you could. Nobody told you could. You actually think that the negative programs that you're running are your personality. And guess what? They are creating your reality, but they're not your true personality, because who in their right mind would want to hate and then have all those emotions that come underneath hate? Come on, have you never been here before? I love you. I hate you. I love me. I hate me. Does that sound familiar? Do you remember the first time that you fell in love? I'll tell you, I did. Her name was Wendy. I mean, like I had girlfriends, but I truly fell in love with this girl. And I'll tell you, when I fell in love with her, I fell. And let me tell you something. How does it feel to fall? Well, you usually hurt yourself. And how hard are you going to fall? Well, you're going to fall hard if your heart is empty. If you make your family responsible for filling it, your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your husband or your children or your aunt or your uncle, or the systems that pretend to say that they will love and care for you, then you aren't going to be giving thanksgiving for anything. You are going to feel like life has given you only sour opportunities, right? So listen, I can tell you, here's the story. So when you're born, your parents love you, they hold you, they cuddle you, you can spit on them, poo on them, you can keep them up all night. But when you start walking and talking, you're going to act like your parents, and your parents don't know that they don't like some of their own beliefs, so they end up spanking you and punishing you. See, we are not raised actually to know what true love is, or what really caring for ourselves really is. We were taught that true love, we have to go look for it. We were taught that caring, we have to go look outside ourselves. How's that working for you? Listen, it hurts when you fall, doesn't it? Yeah. Love hurts when you expect others to fulfill you. Look at, society teaches love. Society teaches us that love is the answer, and that love comes from outside ourselves. Understand, this is BS, a dysfunctional belief system. Let me ask you a question. Honestly, how many boyfriends, how many girlfriends do you stay totally in love with? How about your wife? How about your husband? How long have you been in love with them? You've been in love with them for what? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, maybe 5 years, and then things start to go a little bit south, don't they? The honeymoon period is over. And that's because they had a vibration that was triggering the love inside of you. They never gave you any love. Oh, they gave you a hug, they gave you a kiss. That's not giving you love. That's giving you that's signified as a response of love. But the reality, that whole time when you saw all those rainbows and fireworks, that was the love you already had inside yourself, that person triggered, but then they stopped triggering it because maybe you had kids, maybe you started working really hard for a house, maybe that person started to just taking some of their energy and putting it inside themselves. Or here's the good one, you're just getting older and you're getting more toxic because you don't eat right. So, and we don't eat right, we don't live right, we don't treat ourselves right. And until you treat yourself right, eat right, live right, talk right, think right, then there'll be no Thanksgiving. You may have Thanksgiving, you may have a turkey on the table, but do you have Thanksgiving for yourself? Okay, are you really in love with yourself? Let me tell you, every time that you make someone else responsible for filling up your broken heart, your empty heart, my heart is in pieces. She broke my heart, he broke my heart. I fill my heart up completely with love, and I can tell you, everybody knows that. And a lot of people get offended by that, only because they've been taught that love is not a self-serve job, everybody else needs to, okay? So understand, unless you are willing to totally love yourself, you will hate yourself and others when your needs are not met. How's that working for you? So that means, how much do you make others responsible for filling your heart? And you're gonna know, because you're gonna know how your relationship is going right now. So let's do it this way. I want you to think about this for 1 second and be really truthfully honest with yourself. How much of the love you have in your heart is honestly yours? Now, if you tell me, and I'll tell you right now, the average person is 2% to 6%. And that's the God's truth. I've been doing this for 40 years. And I'll tell you something right now. That means that you have, if it was only 6%, you have a 94% chance that you're going to be miserable today. Did you get what I said? What if your wife isn't there to hug you, to kiss you? What if she's feeling ill? What if your kids are getting so busy now they don't give you the hugs and kisses that they want? What if things don't go your way? What if somebody says in your family, no, I don't want to do that, I want to do this? Then we make them wrong. When you make them responsible for making you feel love, okay? Then what's going to happen is you're going to feel hate when it doesn't go your way. There's only two emotions, love and hate, and I hope you get this. So, how much do you make others responsible for filling your heart? Look at, welcome to the family curse. Everybody does it. You know, only 1 out of 10,000 people will actually buy into this, whatever, BS, which is a new belief system that I'm trying to give you today. And that's that you need to totally fill your own heart, totally honor, respect, and love yourself first and foremost. You've got to totally fill your own heart. And then you will give the greatest gift to the world, because then you'll be shining the light. Look at, the more love you have in your heart, and the more love that you are filling up your heart with, the brighter your light is going to be, the higher your vibration is going to be, the faster you're going to heal. Let me tell you something. Do cancer patients have a lot of hate? Yes, they do. Does anybody with a lot of inflammation have a lot of hate? You cannot not hate your life if you've got inflammation, pain, and swelling in your body. Let's be real. Okay, so we know right now that 92% of the population has autoimmune disease, which means that they're inflamed. Now, you don't even notice you're inflamed because everybody else is inflamed. So guess what? We're all walking around kind of half miserable, trying to just find our joy. Okay. It's difficult sometimes, isn't it? So anyways, I'm here in Mexico. I think those of you who haven't watched before, this is my 5th day of just doing carrot juice. I have 2 more days and then I'm coming off, and then I'm going to be doing 7 days of just water, ATP, fulvic, and Ormus minerals. Now, you got to really want to love yourself. You're on holiday, all these restaurants are around, and you're going to keep on opting out. And you know what? Anybody can sit down and have a meal right now, because I know that I want to heal. I want to heal right down to the cellular level because I love Daryl. And I'm going to tell you something, but I love the whole world too. I love those parts of the world that everybody's complaining about, because I'm going to mind my own business. I'm going to spread the word of self-love, self-care around, okay? So that people start honoring, respecting, and protecting themselves, because if they did that, we wouldn't be buying all these garbage foods and drinking alcohol and poisoning ourselves with pharmaceutical drugs and getting unnecessary surgery. We'd be looking to embrace ourselves with nature, okay? So look at, you need to shine your brave heart. 3, 2, 1, you got this. Look at, check out my 12 Braveheart loving steps. Okay, this is called the Love Band. I don't know if you can see it, but it says Braveheart, 3, 2, 1, I got this. And check out my 12 loving steps in my Dr. Detox library. Look at, wear a hairband, or you can get these from my office. You can get as many as you want, all right? But the reality is this is as snug as a hug, letting me know that I'm continually going to protect and love myself. And then this is a kiss, so I can be in public and I can actually kiss myself 100 times. Nobody's gonna know. Go figure, eh? And the thing is you can say, wow, that's so conceited of him. That's so selfish of him. Well, I'm the guy that's 63 years old and couldn't love my life any more than I do already. And I couldn't love anybody more than I do already. But I'm trying. But the reality is I hate no one and I hate nothing on this planet. Because when you realize that you're worth loving, worth honoring, worth protecting, worth respecting, and that the world is never going to change for you, okay? And there's always going to be wars, and there's always going to be liars, and there's always going to be justifiers. Why don't you just mind your own business, enjoy this life-threatening, fun-filled adventure called Planet Earth, okay? So join me tomorrow if you've got any questions. I'm going to be here in this beautiful restaurant. It's called Nouvelle Zelanda, and I'm going to be here tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to answer all your questions. If you've got questions, you can post them right now on Instagram, Facebook, or you can post them on YouTube. We'll be on all of those. And after I do that 2-hour actual Q&A, you'll be able to go to YouTube and you can go to the exact place that your question was, so you don't have to listen to all this. But understand something. I'm going to be doing also a show next week, and I'm going to probably do it from here, just in the restaurant. It'll be one of the only Dr. Detox shows I've ever done. And I'm going to go through, I did a little bit yesterday, but didn't turn out right because of the internet, about mesh, about hysterectomies, about prostate operations, about hip operations. And I'm going to talk about why 99% of them you don't need, and why medical, technical breakthroughs are going to end us. They are going to end our life. Do you realize that there are 70 million Americans that have foreign objects in their body, from pacemakers to hip surgery, to knee surgery, to shoulder, to mesh put into their pelvic region because their intestines are falling out, or their uterus is falling out, or their bladder is falling out, and all of this can be reversed. And that's the God's truth. You know what? Give thanks, but make sure you're giving thanks to you, and make sure that, you know what, that you forgive. Go in the mirror and forgive yourself for all the things that you have done to yourself, and tell your body you're going to change. And then try not to forgive the family members continually for the same thing all the time, because you're going to end up hating them. Understand something. Don't try to get somebody to change that's not willing to change, and then forgive them because they say they're going to change, and then they don't, we end up hating them. This is one of the things we don't want to do. All right, I think I've chatted way too long. Maybe it's the energy in the restaurant. Have a beautiful day, and happy Thanksgiving, and watch your food combining, and make sure you take lots of digestive enzymes and HCl, okay? And make sure you go for a walk after, and don't go back for a second helping, and stay away from dessert, and drink tons of water. God bless. Have a beautiful day.